So, first ever time of me filming this background in my parents' new house. Please excuse the colour of the wall. We are getting it changed because, as I've said in another video, who paints their walls brown? Like, not many people. So we're getting that changed, so just ignore the colour. But this video is so long overdue that I wanted to film this in a different location, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But there's always reasons why I can't, like I'm always either too busy or too tired, or the environment is too loud or too busy, or preoccupied with something else. I'll get to that. And so I'm filming this so that I can get this video out because it's been over a year since I put this series of videos out, and I need to do it, you know. I really want to do it before I forget everything. But trust it to rain torrentially outside. If you can hear that, that's what that is. But anyway, let's get on to the video. So I have a series on this channel called Autism and Employment, or sometimes lack thereof, so autism and unemployment sometimes. So I talk about what my experience has been like job seeking and in employment. So a lot has changed since my last gloomy updates in these kind of series of videos. Yes, I put out a video saying that I've got amazing news, and it announced that I got a junior content editor job at Little Dot Studios in London, which, amazing, like London. London is crazy and very busy and very expensive, but I'm doing my best, you know. And of course I'm autistic, so I talk about that as well. And I've just noticed that the rain has eased up. That's good. So hopefully the audio will be better for you guys. But so yeah, January 7th, 2022, I was told that I got this job, and I was like, wow. I was just overcome with emotions because I had really, like, I didn't know at the time, almost as such. I played it down, but before I got this job, I had pretty bad depression because I have so many aspirations and dreams and accomplishments that I want to reach and do, just couldn't, and it was really hard. So yeah, anyway, so I was told I got this job, and I was like, oh my god, I have to move to London. So I found somewhere that wasn't too far away from work, and I was saying to my mum, oh, you know, it's in my price range, it's good, it's not far from work, it's all these things. And because the upper limit of what I could spend, it was £1,000 a month. I couldn't go above that because it's just so expensive, you know. So I managed to get that. So it was that flat, studio flat. If you're American or Canadian or something, we call it a flat, but you would call it an apartment. But it's pretty much a hotel room, literally. Like, it's a hotel, but the top floor is private rental. So people rent it out for 6 months, but it's a hotel room. It's only designed for short stay because it gets messy easily, like kind of like dirty very quickly. And I'm really tidy as a person, I'm really clean, but even then it just gets really just gross and needs quite a bit of cleaning, often. Like a little bit of cleaning, but often. But in my previous video that I did of this series, I was just at my wit's end. I was just so done, and I was just despairing, and it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible, and I was just in a mess. I had a cinema job, which I hated. I had a job at HMV, which I loved. But of course, working in retail, you meet a lot of difficult customers, so that was a bit hard. But other than that, I loved working at HMV. It was brilliant. You know, it is. The cinema was awful. Like, I had to report to, I don't know if I've said this before, but I had to report to managers there, to HR for misconduct in an inappropriate way. And nothing got done about it. I escalated it, and when I say nothing got done about it, I mean they didn't lose their jobs, and one of them in particular should definitely have lost his job, but didn't. And yeah, some things got done, but not enough. But anyway, it's really bad. So if anyone wants to work for View Cinemas, the franchise, don't, because across the board it is a corrupt company in terms of management. I know somebody that works at another View in the UK, and they also told me that they are experiencing the same thing, same kind of corruption. So it's not just one View, it's pretty much across the board. So just View Cinemas, no. If you're male, then maybe, yeah. If you're a boy, you won't have any kind of, you know, inappropriate harassment. But if you're a girl, you will. It's really bad, but I like to be honest. I like to tell people up front about these things. So there was that going on for a while, and I couldn't mention it when I was working there. But anyway, so I moved to London and I started my job. That's what I want to talk about. So for 1 week I was working from my parents' house whilst I was sorting out and finalising moving to London. So my mum called about this studio apartment, let's say, and they said, yeah, 18 people want to view it today, so you either come today or you don't view it and you don't have a chance. And we were like, oh. So we had to travel on the train for hours to get to London. Me and my dad went because my parents didn't want me viewing the place on my own because they thought that I needed a parental judgment for it, which is totally understandable, totally fine. So me and my dad went, and the estate agent people said, you know, like the real estate kind of people, they said, oh, if you like the property, you have to put in a deposit within a maximum of an hour of viewing it. And I was like, oh my God, that's a huge decision. I had to make it so quickly. So we viewed it and we were like, can't have pets here, can't really bring my plants, can't really, I had to compromise on a few things, quite a few things, you know, couldn't have any musical instruments there really because of space, and just the stairs to get up in that building are hard, you know, and the area and everything. So, but I was like, oh, but it's really close to my workplace and it's perfect because of all these reasons. And it was £1,000 a month for that place, and that's all bills included and free Wi-Fi and a few amenities that come with it, like there's a giant patio area, and there was a small workout area, but they don't have it anymore, and a laundry facility, just things like that. So it came with quite a bit, I suppose, you know, and it's got the central line running through it, which means that I can get to the main parts of London really quickly and easily on the underground. So that's an amazing thing as well, you know, and all of that. But it's, yeah, so anyway, I moved in, I think, either middle or end of February, I think, so I moved in. And my tenancy there ends the last ever day of July, pretty much. So technically the August, like the 1st of August, something like that, I suppose. But in a few days I will be making my last ever rent payment for that place, which is going to be amazing. So after that, for a little bit of time, I'm going to be living at my parents' house and saving up money, only for a really short amount of time, hopefully, I think. I'll have to decide, because I'm always coming back to my hometown for driving lessons because I have that commitment, and because I miss my dogs so much when I'm away. And it's quiet here, whereas in London it's so loud. I get woken up like 3 times at night because of the sirens and motorcycles and just people being loud, you know, it's just a lot. But I have an absolutely fantastic time there because it feels like I'm on vacation all the time, and my job is amazing. Like, the people there are so lovely, and it makes all the difference to work with nice, lovely people, because I'm just checking my phone. They're all so lovely and helpful and kind, and they get, well, not all of them get my humour, but a lot of them get my humour, and the ones that don't always get my humour, they get my humour sometimes. It's just a few things where they're like, oh. And I've noticed that my autism, for the most part, helps me in this job, because I am basically obsessed with content creation and video editing, and this job is pretty much video editing for large names, but I'm not allowed to say what large names they're for. But it's, I'll say one, it's Sony. I work with Sony now, which is crazy, and a few other big corporations like that, but I'm not allowed to say which shows I am part of. If I've said it in a previous YouTube video, then you'll know already, but I'm not going to be saying it again just in case. So there's that. And yeah, I'm settling in really well. Everyone's got to know me really well. And the job is, it's not too difficult, to be fair. I make roughly about 2 or more Snapchats a week. Like, I do Snapchat professionally, so like the back end of Snapchat. So like, if you go on Snapchat and you look at the section where there's like, let me have a look just to jog my memory again. So on Snapchat, when you go to the Discover part, so these stories here, I make those, and it takes a few hours, it takes a while, and I manage a Facebook page for a big company, and I manage a YouTube channel for that same big TV show, and I have access to another channel, and I look after another channel and another channel. No, 3 YouTube channels. One I only have access to because I make Snapchats for it. The other 2 I manage, and then a Facebook group of one of them I manage. So that's great. I really, really do love this job. It's fantastic. And this is like the base level of what I want to do. Like, my other dreams is to be an actress and an author, and things like that, pretty much. That's like my big dreams, but this is like the base level, but still amazing and fantastic and difficult to get to. But I had a lot of coincidences as well leading up to this job with so many different things, but I can't say what they are because it will give away what TV show it is, sadly. But it's some crazy coincidences, put it that way. And everything happens when it's meant to and how it's meant to. So it took me years to get this job because I wasn't ready for it, and the universe only gives you what you're ready for at the right time. It has to all be divine timing, all of that, you know. And it's just amazing. Like, I work with quite a few people that are Spanish, and I try and learn Spanish off them, but I'm not trying hard enough. I need to try harder. But on every other Wednesday, they put on like work drinks. So like we'll have drinks in the office and they'll put on snacks, and we all socialise a little bit after work. And they've got popcorn. They put out popcorn and other snacks. And I asked some of my Spanish friends, colleagues, what popcorn is in Spanish. It says it's palomitas. So I've gone from working in this cinema I worked in, a movie theatre. It was pretty grimy as well, you know. You think you're going to come home smelling of popcorn and candy, but actually you come home smelling of stale nachos and cleaning supplies, you know. It's not very nice. But I've gone from walking into my movie theatre job having thoughts that aren't very nice in my head, like, you know, thoughts of ending my life even though I never would, and just awful thoughts in my head being like, oh, I don't want to be here, in so many different contexts, and putting up with what I was putting up with at the movie theatre and all of that, and getting paid a pittance, getting paid barely anything, and really, you know, working pretty hard-ish, you know, most of the time, just crying, being depressed, hated it, to running around this beautiful, gorgeous office in my dream job in an incredible, vibrant city full of opportunities, going palomitas with popcorn. I still get emotional over it because I thought my dreams would never come true. I thought that I'd been just forgotten about. I felt like I was the family failure. I felt awful because my friends and family would constantly put me down and make me feel like I was a failure, and making snide comments to me. Like, oh, I suppose you're going to live off your parents forever, and oh, you're never going to move on. Oh, when are you going to get a job? Get an effing job. And all these awful things that people would say to me. And now I'm in my dream job, the base level of my dream job. And when I'm in my current job, I say to my line manager, I keep saying to her, am I going to be fired? And she's like, no, why would you even think that? And I say to her, because it's my dream, because I never thought I'd even get here. And the fact that my autism is not hindering anything for the first time in my life means everything to me. But sometimes my autism does affect it. Like, I'll make comments that I shouldn't make, and then I realise, and I'm like, oh no. So I'm going to try my very best, I mean, to not do that and to nip it in the bud. This week, it's currently the end of June, so I'm filming this on June 25th, and you won't see it till July, I think. July, because I've got videos stacked up that need to come out before this one. But anyway, oh, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so I just remembered what I was saying. So this week that I'm currently filming this on, June 20th to June 27th, which is about 6 days excluding weekends, because it doesn't include weekends. So technically I'm having like 10 days off work. because I needed it, because I was burnt out, because it was non-stop since end of January, and I've had to process a lot of changes and get used to a lot of things. And as well, London, there's always something extremely exciting going on, so there's that as well, you know. And I'm doing really well, you know. I love the job. It's so fun. Like, we do so many fun things. Like, we've got a charity fundraiser coming up soon where we are going on a scavenger hunt. There's prizes and stuff. Amazing. We, me and my work colleagues go on nights out together, like after work, and work drinks where they provide free food and drink. I don't drink alcohol, but everyone's pretty understanding. Sometimes people will make jokes about it, but that's kind of to be expected, you know. But sometimes it can be just tiring, really. Like, yeah, that's the main thing of this job. I get really tired travelling to and from London and my hometown all the time. But I'm not in London much. Like, you know, I'm not really in London much, so I've got to try and reassess my living situation to see if I can get it cheaper on the outskirts, or what else I could do anyway. But this video is pretty long, and I'm trying not to make it too long. If I all of a sudden remember something that I forgot to add in, I'll add it in the description, so have a look there just in case, because I don't want this video to be too long, because I doubt you'll sit through all of this. I'm surprised if most of you haven't, you know, stopped watching 5 or 10 minutes in at the most, you know. Short attention spans these days, you see. It's crazy. But anyway, see you in another video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Watch some of my other autism and employment videos from start to however many I've done at this point of you watching, just to get a better idea of the storyline and how it's gone. And one thing I just want to mention, I had a problem where I was constantly looking at a screen and it was affecting my eyes, so I bought some blue light glasses off Amazon. They were really cheap. They only cost me £5. So if you have problems, if you look at a screen all the time, try and get blue light glasses in any way possible. But anyway, get in the video now. See you in another video. Bye.